H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, where we broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it is Wednesday. My favorite day of the week is Women Rock Wednesday. Hold up, y'all. I got some people in here. Hold up. See what I got going on. Hold on. Okay, all right. Make sure. I just want to make sure. Got the live chat going on. Coming to you live. But it's Wednesday. It's Women Rock Wednesday. Amazing day. A lot of stuff happening in sports today. Share the show. Where is everybody on Women Rock Wednesday? Oh, it's getting close to Christmas, ain't it? It's getting close. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas to y'all, huh? But share the show, everybody. If you're on YouTube, hit thumbs up. If you on, let me see. I'm trying to see. Let me see. I saw something. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to figure something out right quick. I just saw something. Hold on, man. Let me look at this thing. I see you out there. I see you, Dale Griggs. I see you, Lakeisha. Where my ladies at? Y'all know I gotta wait on my girls now. Y'all can get mad at me all you want. I'm waiting on my girls. But I see you. I'm waiting on women. Lakeisha, I got Dale. Where my ladies at? Where my ladies at? Call your ladies. Text, tag, tell somebody right now. I think I just shared the show. Anybody share it? Let's share the show. I mean, got some unique topics today. It's gonna be all right. I see the fellas. I see you fellas, but you know what day this is. You know what day. Sonya finally came on. Let's see. Keep going. Let me keep going. I don't see no Sonya. Who got Sonya? Lakeisha Day. I got to get 5. I'll sit here and just look around and cause I did have something I wanted to go back and read. I tell y'all what. I'm gonna just play this. I'll play a little of this, and I'll wait till everybody come back. You feel me? Let me get something I can. Did y'all see Nita Baker being rude the other night? I play a little of this. I play a little. Just in case you didn't know what that was, that's the Memphis University crowd, Memphis crowd. Whoop That Trick is a Academy Award winning song by what's some guy's name? 3 6 Mafia, whatever them guys were from Memphis. Man, I don't like rap. I don't know rappers that much, but that's their anthem song. But hold up, we got Brandy. Hold up, so we got Brandon. We need one more. Jay Jackson, you watched the game, huh? Jay Jackson, do me a favor. Were you listening to the broadcast? Let me know, Jay, were you listening to the broadcast? Because I'm gonna bring some up about that in a minute. Let me see. I got to wait on my girls. Let me keep on. Y'all let me know when the next woman. I need one more woman. Somebody find me a woman. Somebody find me a woman. Yeah. Somebody find me one woman. Where my women at, man? Boy, I see why these folk told me not to be dealing with you women. Hey, that's my girl. Hey, Kim. Hey, Kim. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim. Kim. Hold on, Kim. Let me see. Kim is just so much information that I have to process. And because I don't know if you're familiar, a lot of people don't know. Every day that I come on the show and start the show, I have this dilemma. Um, should I talk about what's trending? I can go on ESPN and go. I click a button, go on ESPN and look at what's trending. I click the topics. They got what they said. Some four-star recruit McClellan fits to the Oregon Ducks. FSU ponders the ACC future. Morant, I'm gonna talk about Morant though, but it's you can get that off them other shows, And I don't go look at the other shows before I watch this show. But guess what? I done found out when I'm going through my Twitter feed. Guess what happens? They show snippets of the shows, so I have to watch how I even look at that. But all of my dudes last night, I got all the ladies here. All of my guys last night, man. It was a banner night for all of my dudes in one night. Guys that I ride for and have relationships with and know, and all of them. Last night was a banner night for me. Let me how I start this off. Stephen Curry, his game-winning shot. If you know anything about me, if you know about this show, he's know his dad, knowing him since he was young. John Morant, the boogeyman is back. Yeah, the young man, the dude is that dude. He's masterful. I never forget early last season. I talked, I asked the people on this feed. Thaddeus Moody was here. I know Rod Wells was probably here. Brandy probably was here too. Brandy, and I asked you, take away LeBron and LeBron and Steph and KD and all of those guys. Who are the young men that you just say you got to go see? So I picked two. I picked Zion and Ja. Everybody else picked everybody else, but I picked those guys. And the boogeyman is back, man. Ja Morant, man. I call him the boogeyman. You know why? You know why I call him the boogeyman? Because don't nobody want to see him. 25 game suspension. We're going to talk about that. We'll go there because I want to talk about all my guys. Because all my guys had a great night last night. But Penny had a great night. Beat Virginia. We got to talk about that. Mike Collins, little young man, I told y'all the other day about, played for Shadow Creek. He and his teammates was just, when I was thinking about Mike, and I'm going back and forth, let's talk about him first. High school. Let's give him Shadow Creek, young man. You have a career night at 39 points on his birthday against the school where his mom went to school, Pearland. Think about it. On his birthday, had 39 points against the school that his mom went to. Great night for him. Great night for Penny. They beat Virginia last night. Another ranked team. They beat them at home. And but the announcers were, oh my God. Y'all wait till I tell y'all about the announcers. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to keep going back and forward. But back to Ja again. And shout out to Caden Tate, college coaches. Listen to me. I'll tell you this one last time. Get your lazy ass up. Out your whatever you're doing. Get your people out there. And you know what I was surprised about the Shadow Creek game? Michael Collins had one of the greatest offensive outputs that I've seen in a long time. He had 39, but he should have had 50. He seemed like he just, said, okay, I ain't going to match the gas no more. Should have had 50 easy. I mean, easy. I was there. No cameramen there. All these damn camera people we got in Houston. Everybody got a damn camera. Everybody got a video. Everybody got and your ass wasn't there to capture that moment. Thank God we had Amira and Michael Jordan from HTX Sports. They were there with the steals, shooting. Listen to me, y'all. This kid, they told the knock was on this young man from all his little AAU coaches, all these people who he been growing up in. He can't shoot. I think he had 6 or 7 threes last night. Usually when dudes can't shoot, they ain't gonna, I mean, he was flicking them in one after one. Wham, wham, wham. I think he hit 4 in a row. Missed one, then continued to hit the other ones. And I sit back and say, where all of you camera-toting ass dudes, where was you at last night? Where? You know, I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. Because you missed out on one of the most formidable, masterful. The man put on a master class. And the polar coach tried to face guard him. It was too late, man. The man had 28 in the first half. No, confidence my ass. No, that kid got in the gym and tweaked his shot, Ken. She ain't got nothing to do with no confidence. No. Confidence started with that. No. All of these people been teaching and coaching this boy all these years, and nobody stopped him and took him in the gym and said, man, this what's wrong with your shot. Until this summer. So man took out his time to go and do it. And told him, young man, in January, these changes are not going to happen immediately. These changes are not going to happen immediately. Around January, you will see the results. Confidence, he tweaked and changed his shot this summer in a gym that was 98 degrees in the gym. Mamas and daddies. Because the young man who helped him said, I'm tired of people saying he can't shoot, but none of these grown ass men gonna get him in the gym and say, look, son, this is what you're doing wrong. He done been on all these AAU teams. Moms and dads, y'all better listen to this, what I'm telling y'all. All these AAU teams, all his career, all his life, and all they did was get him out there so he can play defense and hustle hard. The kid more than that. I overheard him. Oh, he can't shoot. He can't do this. He can't do this. He can't do this. Okay. He got in the gym secretly. Hot ass gym. Kept working. Frustrating at first because you're changing stuff. It was frustrating for him. But at least somebody thought enough of this young man. Because basketball community didn't give a fat rat's ass about it. They done had it all these years. And he had somebody just watching his stroke. He hit a shot every now and then. Watching his stroke. Had touch. His mechanics was flawed. But then again, a lot of people don't know how to teach shooting. And I know that. But at least go try to find him some help. If your kid got a deficiency, don't keep just doing the same thing. Go get him some help. I hope y'all hear me. Don't y'all, I'm telling y'all. It was 19 at my game. See there? Hold up. Look at this man. Whatever game Robert Carroll was at, he said it was 19 people filming at his game. And ain't now one, I bet you ain't nobody in that game did what this kid did at this game. I ain't seen nothing like it. And I'd have been to a whole lot of games this year. Have not seen a kid put on a shooting display like that, scoring, defending, passing, block. LeBron chased down, pinned on the backboard. LeBron chased down, pinned, but y'all always been talking about Robert Miller. Robert Carroll. Robert Miller almost had a quadruple double, yeah. But we always talk about him. Robert Miller did something so good last night. The crazy man even changed. Robert Miller, one of the top 1-2 players in. It's easy to go to that game. But the display that Michael Collins put on last night, I know none of y'all expected it. If you I don't want to hear about. I knew you didn't know this. You didn't know. I've been watching all his games. No. Christopher Jones has not put on a shooting display like that I've seen Jeremy Jones like this last night. Not just the shooting display. It's the way. I mean, it was just unbelievable. It was masterful. Put on a master. See, that's what I love about people. That's when you tell who people are. We're talking about somebody. We're talking about Mike right now. Did Christopher Jones have a 39-point outburst last night? Mr. Jeremy Jones. Did he? Steph Curry had to change the lift on his shot in the 9th grade. Absolutely. But y'all, I know y'all have y'all favorites. Me too. I got biases too. But we have you cameraman, 19 of y'all over there capturing one game and not smart enough to spread yourself around. Wow. Let me move on. Who else? But coming into the game last night, talking about Ja Morant, it looked like was it going to be a light night in the NBA? Just 4 games. Early in this Grizzlies game, I'm telling you, early in the Grizzlies were down 24 points, ladies and gentlemen. You can flip back to, a matter of fact, I was at Shadow Creek's game. I had my iPad with me because Memphis was playing, the Grizzlies was playing. I was able to go back and forth. I watched when they have time out here. Y'all, I'm serious. I wasn't going to miss Shadow Creek's game. I wasn't going to miss Memphis' game. And I wasn't going to miss, I wasn't missing Ja. I wasn't missing none of it. So I was going. I know people, I guess what, I sit by myself up there. And it was unbelievable. But I saw that. I was flipping back and forth. I wanted to see what the Spurs game was doing with Wemby, but Wemby was out, so I clicked back over. But Ja Morant almost single-handedly brought Memphis back. Memphis, y'all, it's been a very difficult watch this year. For the first 25 games of the season, they really struggled without him in the lineup. I think last night reminded us he is the most, Ja Morant, explosive and exciting player in the league. He reminded us who he is. He's that dude. He's that dude. And I'm going to talk about him a little bit more because I got a whole segment for him. But I just wanted to share that with you. Shout out to Women Rock Wins. A question: what was the competition last night? Have not heard anyone talking about the Pearland players. Uh, Pearland got a pretty good team. I don't know none of the players, uh, but uh, but when you are a premier player, you're supposed to have 50 on teams like that, and they got some athletic dudes. They just I didn't see a Division I prospect on their team yet. But guess what? You know, I just didn't see it. But Rod, well, that's a good question. But they sent athlete after athlete after athlete. Pearland always gonna have athletes, and y'all, it was a pretty close game. A game is really what I forgot what the game what 70 to 59, something like that. 70 to 56, something like 60, something 79. I don't know. It's around in that action. Uh, but yeah, I'm talking about a total package of a guard, 6'1" guard, going back and catching dudes stuff on the backboard. Thank you, that is Moody. Someone I was talking about total back. I was really talking about a total back. Leading his team, passing, assisting. I mean, it's just different, man. Let me tell y'all something. If that young man, Bryce Jackson, come back healthy and can play, Shadow Creek, see, I switched back because somebody came up, Rod Wells came up on the screen and put this up on the screen. If he come back, his team gonna be, and Rod Wells got something for you too. All you can do is play your opponents in front of you. That's all you can do. That's all you can do is play the opponents in front of you. And most teams are not going to have 3 and 4 Division I players on the team. And you probably getting that firsthand because you watch Yates a lot right now. So, but it's Women Rock Wednesday, man. This young girl, somebody sent me this. Thank you, Trey Phillips. Trey Phillips sent me, because I always, this is the kind of stuff I've talked about. It's amazing defensive effort by the South Springs high school girls basketball team. Senior, her name is Mariah Vincent, on this one possession, right? And I thought it was so unique. Share the show. I thought it was so unique. I got to show it on the phone because I told you I like to see defensive plays on highlights. So watch that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Shout out to Trey. What her name? Mariah Vincent. Mariah, you my woman that rocks today. Shout out to you. Marcus Carroll said Memphis Tigers with a great win over Virginia last night. Y'all, but let me tell y'all something. In that game last night, Memphis, Memphis keep rolling and dominated Virginia in the second half en route to a 77-54 win over a win. Then Memphis got wins over Texas A&M, got wins over Clemson, and now Virginia. And in the last 9 days, let me tell you something, man. But I watched the broadcast last night, and I want to share with you. I was disappointed in the broadcast last night. Very disappointed in the broadcast. Let me tell y'all something. These people have so many biases. Even like sometimes when I'm calling the games for TSU, I'm a little critical of some of the things. And, some people be looking at me like, no, I said, I got to tell you what they did. if the dude made a turnover, I can't tell you the ball slipped out of his hand because a wet spot out of the sky came in. He made a turnover. But sometimes I see some of these people announcing these games. I just don't understand it. I can't. But I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But today is signing day. I think Jared Harris and what his name, Draylon Miller. I think they're gonna be signing today. Shout out to them young fellas. Shout out to Robert Miller, who finally got John Uri to apologize. Whatever John Uri, I guess, who went to the game last night and caught and tweeted out that I apologize to Robert Miller. First of all, you shouldn't have been talking crazy about the kid, because sometimes people don't want to accept your damn apologies, but 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 he apologized to Robert Miller last night. So Robert Miller, now remember this, Robert Miller. I want you to hear this, son. I want you to hear this. Don't even pick up that praise. Don't even pick up that one. Forget what that man says. The same way you should have forgot the negative things he said about you. My young people, don't pick up the praises of these people, because these people will next day talk negative about you. The next bad game you have, ask John Moran. And then we got these clowns talking about he's mad because he said he keeping receipts. Yeah, he keeping receipts. But Robert Miller, Michael Collins, don't pick up the praises that people are talking about you. Don't pick it up. Then you won't have to put down their criticisms. Okay? You know how good you are. You know who you can play. You know who you are. These guys who talking about you ain't never did nothing that you're doing on the court right now. They just running their damn mouth on the comments. They can't play dead in a Tarzan movie, but they always got something to say about you. But see, guess what? You the man in the arena. They the people up here doing all the talking. So don't get caught up in that, young player. I'm a shout out. I like that. Hey, Trey Phillips. Penny put on a master class last night. Trey Phillips, go through your Twitter and see how many of those pundits who talked about him and talked about he can't do this. Go back. See, if you gonna talk about, but that's what I love about Penny. He don't pick up the praises right now. I text him last night, man. He said, man, that's what I'm supposed to do. Do y'all see the schedule? Somebody do me a favor and go look at Memphis' schedule. They were a month away from home. Who does that? A powerhouse like this, away from their home stadium for a month, playing people all over the world. Because you know the conference that he plays in, they don't give that conference enough pub. U of H is out of that conference. So he said, I got to go whoop everybody else's ass around the country for these people to give me a proper seeding if I make it to the NCAA tournament. Memphis is winning, but the announcers kept talking about, oh, Keith Avery. Keith Avery is a man after my own freaking heart. Keith Avery, I'm glad I wasn't the only one. Man, I didn't do. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Memphis was winning, but the announcers kept talking about how great of a coach Tony Bennett was. If y'all black ass people don't listen to what I'm telling y'all right now, they was beating the brakes off Virginia. Beat them 77 in the 54. And the announcers had the audacity talking about how great of a coach I was about to curse, other dude was, and how he was going to make the necessary adjustments soon. This is why I'm so intentional about the way that I am on this show. This is why I am the way I am. He said, we are at a time of the year when teams are getting better. Still, Mr. Hatter, I found a niece for you. South Bend, Austin, Shantaria. Okay. Michael Jordan, me and you think different though. What might be good to you might not be good to me. I told you, you think different from me. Let me see the little girl play. Shantaria. And let me determine how good she is. Not because you see it. Man, ain't nobody talking about that old Dallas shit no more. We talked about that the other day. It's Wednesday. We ain't talking about that Dallas and DeSoto and Dockenville. I'm done. I'm off that. I'm off that. See, this one of these nigga lies, excuse my ninja lies right here. Rick Stansbury, the hell Rick Stansbury done. You tell me what the hell. I get sick of you black ass people talking about Rick Stansbury. What has Rick Stansbury did to help Penny? Penny been winning every goddamn year he been there, Marcus Carroll. And I'm getting sick of you. I'm getting sick of y'all. I'm getting sick of this mess. The hell he done. You tell me what he done. And he put that mess back up on the screen. I get sick of this mess. He is a 20-game winner every year before Rick Stansbury got there. Hell you talking about he been a big help. Explain to me. No. Explain to me. Don't back out now. You explain to me. If you want to call in, I'll go get my phone and let you call in. Y'all, I'm sick of y'all with this mess. Rick Stansbury. Get sick of y'all. So enough they doing it. Then he gonna get Marcus Carroll gonna come on here and talk about that mess. That's our problem. That's why these people always gonna win. We gonna always have a few people like that. Announcers come on the show. Glad I'm in there. Oh, y'all getting me today. Announcers coming on the show, getting their head tore off. Team ain't been on the road for a month and plays Virginia. Thank God, thank you, Tony Bennett, for coming down there. Tony Bennett, I ain't got nothing against you. You can't help that people were sucking you off. Virginia was getting a behind whoop last night, ladies and gentlemen. And the announcer was talking about how Tony Bennett's defense is going to appear. Randolph Childress. Jay Adler. That's his name. Y'all wrote their damn names down. Hold up. This was come. This is not the usual recipe for these Cavaliers teams. This is what else they said. This is what makes Virginia so hard to play against. You can't post them up because the trap is automatically coming. This is what they saying. These motherfuckers get their ass whooped. They're trying to set the matchups. They don't want to switch. But let me show you all of that shit they was talking about. These the same plays, Marcus Carroll, that was in the books. I don't want to hear all that help to ease someone on. Daily, I don't want to hear all that. I want to hear all that. Hey, how the hell you know he helping ease the stress of daily operation? How you know that? Have you talked to Penny? Yes, you are. Yes, you are taking away from him. when you mention this mess right here. Yes, you are. See, man, I call people's ass clean out. Rick Stansberry is really a big help for people. Really? Really? Y'all, they saying it already. My problem is y'all saying it too. Watch this. Hold up. Hold up. I got something for y'all. Did I put it in here? Hold up. Watch this. This is a play, and we've been running. Rick Stansberry ain't put this play in.
Defensive possession there by Memphis.
Another wide open layup. Defensive
possession there by Memphis.
Another wide open layup. Defensive.
But you got Randolph Childers, Jay Adler. This is not usually the recipe for this Cavaliers team. This is what makes Virginia so hard. You can't post them because they trap automatically. You would think that Virginia was beating the hell out of Memphis last night. Y'all, this how biased these people are. And we listen to them so much that we have our own biases against our own damn player, our own people. You feel me? They scored 3 or 4 of those same in like a 3-minute stretch. Thank you. Thank you. You was watching the game. But y'all, see, evidently, guys like Marcus Carroll don't know. Let me break down something. People say this, but I don't say this. But Penny deserves, the reason I'm talking about this, he deserves all of the credit in the world. I don't want to hear about no damn Rick Stansberry. Why y'all put his name on the fucking screen? We're not even talking about them. I just told him, why is he putting it up there? Now you talking about, I don't care what kind of coach he is. I don't care. He just got here. Memphis had 20 wins per season before he got here. It's unbelievable. Y'all can't help it. The Great White Hope. The Great White Hope. He's a top-notch recruit. I don't care. I'm going to tell you why I don't care. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, I got facts. 2 years ago, the reason I'm giving Penny all the credit in the world, this team playing great basketball in the midst of a gauntlet of a schedule. Go pull the schedule out. Penny did this schedule, not Rick Stansberry. Even when he didn't have all these players. I don't care who he is. That's Herb, you can sit up there and put all of his accolades in the world on the screen. So what? So what? So what? So what? So what? Tell me, what the hell has that got to do with what I'm talking about? The team is playing. Then he just added this kid, Laquan Thomas, who can't play yet, getting in shape. I saw him go through a workout. Unbelievable. Something special is happening. You can thank Herb all you want, but it's all right. A broke clock is wrong, right twice a day, and wrong the rest of them. 2 years ago, Penny Hardaway, was asked by a Memphis media person if he was embarrassed by his program. And Penny got right in his ass. I talked about it on this show. Asked him 2 years ago, was he embarrassed? So when I see black people getting on my feed, on this particular feed, talking about somebody else, the great white hope that came to help Memphis, you got to be out your mind. But let me tell y'all something. But since that reporter asked him that, you embarrassed? This man was getting first round picks before Rick Stansbury came there. All of them. First round picks. Jalen Dorn. All of these guys. He got Kendrick Davis to come. Rick Stansbury wasn't there. I know y'all don't know. But since that time, he has won 77% of his games. Has gone 48-14. Earned 2 consecutive NCAA berths. Almost certain a third this year. Won a conference championship. Advanced in the NCAA tournament. Beat 9 ranked teams. Beat Tony Bennett, Buzz Williams, twice, Kevin Sampson 3 times, Nate Oates, Bruce Pearl, Juwan Howard. Gone 12-2 against the Power 5. Had 2 players selected in the NBA draft. And you telling me Marcus Carroll. And you want to tell me. See, that's why I asked you, what the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about some daily operations and have help with the daily operations. Penny got his own daily operations. But this what you put on the screen? When this man having this success, this what you want to put on the screen? Come on, man. Come on, man. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Joe Lewis. Joe Lewis, I don't even understand it. I just don't. We do. Same way the other day. Joe. Thank you, Joe. That same way the other day. Joe, Jimmy was asking where he could get something to eat for him and his wife. Everybody got up here naming all the restaurants. All these black restaurants we got, own restaurants we got in Houston. They name it everything white. We just can't help it. All of this man did, this man talking about Rick Stansbury. I'm serious, man. Our minds are messed up, man. It's messed up. Talked to a college coach the other day. Shout out to Memphis. Tigers beat Virginia. John Morant hit the game runner. Renovations are going on a go. They're gonna redo the Tiger the football stadium. I mean, sometimes we just so used to it, man. And y'all don't realize in this community, in this space, they pick and choose the black coaches they want to support. Yes, I said it. Y'all don't know. But they pick and choose. They can pick and choose their Jerome Tangs and their Dennis Gates. They don't want the angry black man. But Penny Hardaway told Rick Barnes to leave my damn players out of your mouth. Yes, they do, Paul Miranda. They pick and choose. We so sick when a great quarterback, we're so sick that when a great quarterback like Cam Newton comes and just says certain people are game managers, then they sent that little old, that little girl Kimberly and all of them people, they sent all the black faces and white spaces to talk negative about Cam, and Cam that did something ain't now one of their ass done ever done in their life. But they sent out black faces and white spaces. Y'all will get that one of these days. Y'all ain't got it yet. Talked to a black college coach the other day. He said, Robert, I know I got to win, but winning does not define me. He said, I've won already. Y'all see what I'm talking about? I'm going to put it because he wanted to be seen. The stupidest ass question in the world. I'm going to let y'all answer that one because I ain't got time. But I was talking to a college coach. A former NBA, Damon Stoudemire, former NBA player. So he should be held accountable more. Jerry Stackhouse should be held accountable more. Do you hear what's coming out your damn mouth, Paul Miranda? Now, hell, they should be held accountable. To what? They automatically don't even think they can coach. Listen, because you're uninformed by what you said. Shouldn't Penny be? Why? How the hell he should be held more accountable due to his NBA run? What the NBA got to do with coaching college basketball? You give me that answer you give me an answer instead of asking that stupid. Was somebody? What did somebody say? Somebody scream. Michael Jordan, Johnny Arnett. Was somebody talking? Because he just like to be important. Because ain't nobody talking about that sorry ass wins about the Dallas wins. I don't want to hear that. Ain't nobody talking about celebrating no goddamn body. Paul, just shut up right now, man. Let me finish. I'm talking to a coach the other day. And he said, I've already won, Robert. I already won. He sat there and said, look, I'm coaching at Georgia Tech. I've been caught with a pound of weed. I've been caught with weed coming through the airport. I done did some crazy stuff, and I'm coaching at Georgia Tech. I'm coaching at Georgia Tech. Let me rewind that. Nobody would give him a job. Damon Stoudemire. But Dale Demps, who watched Damon work his son out, Dale Demps was an executive with the San Antonio Spurs, watched him and how he was with his son, and called Pacific University, Deep Pacific, and said, look, Dale Demps is an alumni of Pacific, and said, don't look at what you see, all of what you hear about what he's done. This is the man for the job. A brother looking out for a brother. A brother looking out for a brother. Damon Stoudemire is not supposed to be coaching college basketball. He been caught with a pound of weed, trying to smuggle weed in a container through the airport. He coaching college basketball right now. And this dude here talking about somebody being held accountable. Accountable. The hell are you talking about? Accountable. Accountable? That's why Damon always said, winning don't define me. That don't define my success. I've already won. Look at my resume. I got tattoos all over my body, and I'm coaching college basketball. I've been on the part of Dave Chappelle's skits before. These young coaches, y'all better study and understand what's going on and not listen to people like Paul. Just because you became a head coach don't mean you can coach. And I'm going to repeat that a lot. Just because you became a head coach doesn't mean you can coach. I sit there and on this show, I tell you, I'll never forget this. Every time I go to Memphis, man, my notepad be out. And I'm in practice. I learned some in pennies practice. It's just unbelievable. But back to Dale Demps. Dale Demps got University of Pacific to give Damon a chance. Damon went to there and took care of his business. And won at Pacific. Wasn't nobody winning at Pacific. Hold up. Damon put his assistant coach in the position where he can get the job when he leaves. Then he left. The man done won. The man done won. Just because all you guys be known as great recruiters, you got some great recruiters like Tony Stubblefield, great recruiter, but they're getting killed up there at DePaul. If your ass can't coach, if you just a great recruiter and you can't coach, you better get some people around you that can coach. You better hire some people that can do what you can't do. We don't need you to qualify Damon, man. We don't need you, Paul Miranda. We don't need you. I don't care what your friend. We don't need you to qualify who these guys I'm talking about. I know these guys. I don't need you to qualify now one of these guys. I just don't like the thing you put up there talking about they being held accountable. They need to hold your ass accountable. Wait a minute. Then, Damon, I looked at him. He said, man, if you want to be in this thing, you better be willing to serve. You talking about being a college coach. He said, Robert, I'm winning with freshmen. I shouldn't be telling this, but he over in Hawaii, he probably ain't listened to the show today. They playing in the Diamond Head Class. He said, Rob, I'm winning with freshmen. I had to sit them old ass dudes down. I had to sit them hold them dudes down. Some people just. This is y'all, let's give the Twitter arguer and the Chop Shop commenter a hand. Cause he's don't do the show, Paul Moran. The know-it-all ass. Come on. Cause nothing you said is matters. You sent me a whole note of some crap the other day, cause nothing that you're saying is mattering. Nothing. So stay out the way. Just sit back and let us do this. Let us do this. Go back. It's stuff I want to say I can't say. But I'm sitting there thinking about Damon. He said, Robert, in this stuff, he said, I'm winning as freshman. I'm winning with 2 true freshmen. I had a freshman that had 19 rebounds. I'm trying to do a show and you clowning, son. I had a freshman who had 19 rebounds. the youth bank, I'm going to sit here and deal. All you parents talking about your freshmen ain't going to play. And you let people like Paul Miranda talking about your freshmen ain't going to play. If your ass good enough, you can play. You just get in the gym and quit worried about whether you got ranked or somebody saying you ain't this and somebody. You get in the gym and keep working like Mike Collins. People sit you on the bench on your summer team in the summer and bring everybody else in. You just go get better. Don't get mad at them. You go get better. You make them look like a damn fool for sitting you on the bench. Damon said he's starting 2 freshmen in the ACC. He sit the old ass transfers and the old dudes down, mamas and daddies. And the young one, freshman, he classed up and got out of school early. Nobody. Amen. That's the last time I'm commenting on anything that a certain person says on this screen. Because somebody just asked me, who in the hell is he? And I said, nobody. But let me keep going. I hope y'all listening to me, y'all. These coaches like Penny and Damon, Kenny Boyden, and Juwan Howard. All these guys is trying to do is win the second game in a tournament. They want to win that first one. They want to win that second game so they can go into next week. That's what this is about. He said you have to be good and you have to be lucky. It's coming from a college coach. Not from one of these guys right here writing about y'all and showing their grown ass up to the games and talking about y'all. This come from a guy that make decisions. Call me at 6:30 in the morning. So I'm writing notes when he tell me. Then he said, every team, you got to have somebody on your team that can say, give me this ball and let me go get this bus. Let me go get this bucket. Kerry Holmes, listen to this. This man, 6:30 in the morning, calling me. He said, man, all that X and O's and all that. He said, man, you got to be good. You have to be good, but you got to be lucky too. He said, every team, if you planning on going through that second week and getting past that second week, you got to have you a dog, a guy that said, give me this ball and let me go get this bucket. It ain't about all that other stuff then. You got to have you a dude. Arizona, right now, one of the top teams in the country, right? They ain't going to be good until they just give that boy Caleb Love that damn ball and forget all that other stuff that coach out there talking about. Well, it ain't Tommy Lloyd. It's Tommy Lloyd. Get Tommy Lloyd's ass out the way. Dude, this is about players. He said, think about it. He said, a diminutive guard took Kansas State to the Sweet 16. A diminutive guard. Short guard. That little dude, he ain't in the league. I don't know where he's probably in the G League. What's that little guard? Took Kansas State. Because he said, get out the way and let me go and get me a bucket. I got to get to the second week. Our job is to help these coaches, black coaches, get to the second week. And every time we mention a coach, we shouldn't have to you shouldn't have to put this on the screen. I'm talking about Penny Hardaway, y'all. This what started this. and what he did last night and how monumental he did what he did last night. And this was somebody had to come up with. This all they could come up with. Watch this. I got to show y'all in case y'all just think I'm just getting tired of the way we think, especially if you're watching this show. Hold on, wait a minute. Did I erase it? I must erase it. That man went to talking about Rick Stanberry. We the only race that does that. We the only race that does that. In the height of our accomplishments, we go give somebody else the credit. We the only people that does this right here. I gotta take a break. Go to Cleopatra's. Go to Mimi's and get something to eat, y'all, today. The day is Wednesday. It's steak night.
Someone had a birthday party at our restaurant next door, Mimi's New Orleans Cafe. They asked if they could smoke cigars on the patio. Told them yes, and they stayed a little late, and they said, we don't have anything like this in this area. So we decided to pray on it, and collectively we decided to move forward. You know, there's a need for it. This is this old part of Richmond. It's growing. The new courthouse is right there. The sheriffs come here. We get their full support. They just had a function here a couple weeks ago, and we get everybody's support, and we're just going to continue to grow with the community.
Welcome back. She talking about, need to try them shrimp next time I'm out there. Okay, let me see. But I just wanted to share that with y'all because I was just sitting there listening. Dan, I mean, he was just talking and talking, and he know what Penny's up against. You know, we got guys like Chris Walker texting me, talking about see, y'all got to realize, man, I listen to what y'all say. See, y'all be saying stuff, but I listen. I listen. Out of all the things he can say, let me see. Wait, what did he say? Hold on. What did he say? He always calling me about when Memphis lost to Villanova. He said, he called me, text me. Then I said, why are you so quiet tonight? He said, what you mean? Know what the hell I'm talking about. Because he came right back. You guys beat a bum-ass Virginia team. So now Virginia is a bum-ass team because Memphis beat them. Richmond, Texas. Look it up, Johnny. Thank you, Trey Phillips. Trey Phillips probably was one of the first people out there. Him and this other guy. I ain't going to mention his name on the show. I ain't going to mention. Y'all, I hope y'all, because somebody just texted me and said, you know, you know, that's why I love my people. We're still enslaved. He's right. Because y'all saying stuff and y'all don't even realize y'all saying it. And I constantly, for the last 7 years, been trying to, but I guess they say, well, it might work for Robert, it might not work for you. And then you might be right. But, where I need to go from here? Why? Because I done went past everything I was going to talk about. I'm sorry. I talked about, parents. What are my parents? Parents. Share the show. Parents. Mac. Parents. Talk to the parents in Houston, in Memphis, all over the world, right? I was sitting there because they got a lot of G League games on, right? I'm sitting there watching a former NCAA Player of the Year multiple lottery, first and second round picks playing in the G League showcase. It's not as easy to make it as social media makes it out to be. Enjoy the experience. Push them to be great, but everyone ain't an NBA player. I'm going to repeat that. Watching the games, got a former player of the year, the whole NCAA. Multiple lottery picks, second round, third round, first and second round pick. They playing in the G League showcase last night. Parents, it's not as easy as social media and John Uri and all of these people on Twitter make it out to be. Enjoy the process, enjoy the experience, push them to be great. But everybody is not a professional player, NBA player. To all my point guards out there, this is for Mike Conley. I'm giving you some free game. Being a point guard is like being a psychologist. It's a mixture of different roles. You have to know how to strike a chord with everyone, and you have to understand yourself. I'm going to repeat that. Point guards, get this to all your point guards. Being a point guard is like being a psychologist. It's a mixture of different roles. You have to know how to strike a chord with everyone on your team. And you have to understand yourself. Because if you can't understand yourself, you can't understand the other players. And mamas and daddies, quit worrying about the other players on your team. Mamas and daddies, quit worried about what the other players on your team are doing. Support your son and the team. What's for your son is for your son. I can put your son in a gym by himself and he still wouldn't have 39 damn points. Quit worrying about what other people's sons are doing. Don't worry about, do like Chris Jones Jr. Everybody came looking at Robert Miller and he said, okay, you're coming to see Thriller Miller. I got something for you to see too. You follow me? Instead of you worried about how many points Junebug is that dude. Don't you compare your son to that dude. That other dude getting up early in the morning before school, getting that work in, mamas. While your son in there sleeping and farting in there. I'm telling y'all got to stop this. It's going on all over the city. Worried about what these other guys are doing. No. Find your niche. And make it work for you. You got me? See what else I got for you. Hold on. Listen. Y'all know I know what I'm talking about. You know it. You know it. Something just popped up on my thing. Got to watch it, y'all. Watch your thoughts. They become words. Sean? Watch your words. They become actions. Watch your action. They become habits. Watch your habits. They become character. Watch your character, because it becomes your destiny. Parents, leave your teammates, kids' teammates, quit worrying about them. Please. Please. It was talking about recruiting, because signing day is today. So I had a whole lot of people emailing me and texting me about signing day. Then who is this? It was talking about the kids who love clout and attention are going to the clout and attention schools. The kids who are the alpha males are going to the alpha male schools. The kids who just chasing a bag are going to the schools who's giving the bag. Everybody's getting what they're attracting. Barry McDonald, I'm telling you, he said, my boy didn't say sleeping in the park. Yes, I did. Norris, yes, I did. Yeah. Well, there's other dude in the gym working, but you come to the game just wonder why. Well, why he hitting all the points? Why he hitting all the points? Johnny said, that's a lost narrative. I caught myself doing that same thing. Thank you. See, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Hatter, that's a lost narrative. He said, I caught myself. Unlike other people, thank you, Johnny. You say you caught yourself doing that same thing, worried about the other cat missing tackles and saying my son would have not missed that. He definitely could, because he wasn't on the field. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Find the best football, basketball situation for your game, then get as much money as you can. It was talking about it's always real tricky. These last 48 hours leading up to National Signing Day, don't go to sleep. Close your eyes. They talking about it's going to be some stuff happening. I ain't been on Twitter because I've been on the show. They talking about things going to be happening. Then there's one guy, he tweeted this. See, they talking about it right now, signing day. He said, on signing day, y'all got to hear me on this one. On signing day 2018, I had to give a handwriting. He said he had to get handwriting lessons. Let me repeat this. On signing day in 2018, he said I had to give handwriting lessons. A couple of my players couldn't write in cursive, so they couldn't sign their letters until we worked on it. This is how important coaches are. I told y'all about being able to show a guy how to fill out a check who ain't never filled out a check before. Think about that, mamas and daddies. It's some people out here, young men, and people kissing behind them and don't know whether the kid know how to write his name or not. See that? John, thank you, John. She said, I caught myself sitting with the disgusted parents that were saying the same thing. Johnny, thank you. I wish other parents would come. All I'm trying to do, y'all, is save y'all a lot of heartache. Because ain't nothing, I can lock your son up in a room by himself. He 1-on-1. He still ain't gonna go no other points and play the way these kids doing. God gives one 5 talents, give some 2, and give one 1. So 10, 5 and 2. Everybody don't have the same talent. Wow, let me keep going. Just all recruiting stuff, y'all. It's all recruiting stuff. Yeah, the miserable parents do stick together. Y'all need to stop that, parents. Ain't nobody taking nothing from your son. It's just somebody else's time to shine. It's okay. Then somebody sent me a text and said, sure, let's pimp all the kids out today and just give them whatever they want so that when they get older, they feel entitled and no work ethic. Because at 18 to 23 years old, people just hand them everything. Sorry, but the real world doesn't always work this way. I know it should. So what I just got. Absolutely, big coach. Big coach. Coach, I'm seeing it, coach. Coach, y'all done mess around and let me get cranked up on high school basketball again. So I'm just watching. I'm watching the parents. Y'all think I'm watching the parents. Then one guy told, to that reply to that one, another guy said, I would push back on you, Dad, on this one, because that a person who worked hard enough to get a Division I scholarship has to always be a student and balance both schedules, has plenty of the necessary work ethics to succeed in life just fine. Okay, I like that. I like that. But some of them don't. Did y'all know Georgia, University of Georgia, that it's supposed to be one of the top teams? You know they got the lowest football, got the lowest graduation rate in the country. Georgia. They don't care if your black ass don't get no degree from Georgia, like them good little white citizens down there. They just want to use you on the football field, ladies and gentlemen. Georgia's in the SEC. Y'all know my name for the SEC. Then somebody else came and said, not all college prospects are good students. Trust me, I once was one of them. Also recruited numbers of them in college basketball for 15 years. Somebody else came back. I'm just giving y'all tweets. They said a lot of kids get things given to them based off athletic ability and wins, and they don't have good or great worth ethics. What y'all think? Then somebody said lots of people who have never played sports gets things handed to them. Life would always be life. I like that. I like that. Some truth to that. Then somebody else came back. You can be a collegiate student who lands a lucrative paid internship and feel entitled also. Then don't put in the work, but the consequences follow. Why do we always focus on college football players? For wanting to get paid for having a scarce skill set. No, we ain't focusing on them. I mean, hey, it's all right. Then somebody said, I never met or heard of a D1 kid with no work ethic. Would not be a D1 kid without working hard to achieve a level as a player. Finding the right fit seems to make more sense to me. Wow. Boy, I'm loving these comments, y'all. I'm sorry. What they said? Oh, somebody told me this. What my students said. I know y'all at home. Some of y'all at home, y'all better be letting mamas. You better let them listen to this. Your social media account is a recruiting platform. I'm gonna tell y'all, some of you kids, I wouldn't recruit you. Let me tell you why. First of all, I don't know your damn names. On your social media should also be your full name, not that crazy ass nickname you got. Some of you know it all ass people, and y'all who follow these kids all the time, don't y'all know them and tell them? Can't y'all tell them? Instead of coming trying to tell me what to do on this show, because I'm not listening to your ass, but them kids might listen to you. Have y'all seen that? Go to one of these kids' page. They got, son, put your whole name on there, man. Because social media account is a recruiting platform. If you want to play college basketball, utilize it that way. Then somebody said, hold on. We're teaching these kids to stand for nothing. We're telling them to get some money, whatever you can get it. Their word doesn't need to mean nothing anymore because no one else's word does. What happened to doing what's right? We've thrown all our principles away, chasing money. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Doug. Doug, I sit there and gave a hell of some information. Doug, I'm sitting up here talking about Penny, right? And we had a few people pop up on the screen and talking about Rick Stansberry. That was a great hire. Do you ever talk about the great hire? Tony Bennett's assistant coach. Do you talk about the great hire of some of these other coaches? Do you? But why? Just why? Get you back off there, Jimmy. Just tell me why. When we speak of this coach, you got to talk about somebody else. When John Shire is winning down there, some of these other coaches, Rick Barnes, they winning. You ain't talking about the assistant coach. You talking about Rick Barnes. We are some sick ass people. Thank you, Doug, for just saying that. Because, Doug, we got people who will come on here and Jim, Doug, I got to just see it, so you won't even, I should have bookmarked. This man done beat 3 top 25 teams in a week. And this is on this show. Now I can see if you had a win on one of these other shows. But you came on this show, and this what you said. Hold on. I should have locked it in. Where is that? Oh, here. I'm coming. I'm almost there. We're just talking about, Doug. We just talking about, Doug. I went back. I watched the show, Doug. I mean the broadcast, Doug. Minnesota. I mean, Virginia was getting their head tore off, and these people talking about Tony Bennett. They beating the brakes off him. And the announcers, Randolph Childress, and what's his other guy's name? Other guy's name. They talking about, I got his name. Randolph and J. Al Adler. They talking about this is not the usual recipe for this Cavaliers team. That's what makes Virginia so hard. That's what makes it so great. You can't catch the post pass on them because their traps are automatically coming. They get their ass strong, Jimmy. They're trying to set their matchups. So, Doug, after all of that, I'm talking about that. This was Marcus Carroll put on the screen. And I couldn't believe it, Doug. You ain't saying that about them other damn coaches. Yo, some of us so messed up. And you know our problem? We don't know we messed up, Doug. Like my partner said, Robert, they're really enslaved in their mind. You got to, Doug, I'm sitting there saying, Doug, Tony Bennett's so great, but this what was going on out of a timeout. Watch this, Doug.
Defensive possession there by Memphis.
Another
Defensive possession there by Memphis.
Another wide open layup. Defensive
Possession there by
Penny on the sideline said, that is. We're going to beat their ass on this every time. But ain't nobody come and say, well, man, he got out coached that game. Y'all, those announcers, Randolph Childress, I have no respect for you. No more. Jay, I don't know where y'all, I don't know who. Tony Bennett, y'all must have went to dinner with Tony Bennett. Y'all, it was just, not just that one. I didn't want to show all of them. Four, them Jimmy, he did four of them consecutively on Tony Bennett. But then this man gonna have nerve to talk about Rick Stansberry. Penny done won 20 games every year before Rick Stansberry. Recruited James Wiseman, all these guys before Rick Stansberry. And you talking about Rick Stansberry? What is wrong with you black people, man? Something has got to be. I just not. It bothers me. It bothers me. But what's up, Jimmy? Come on, man, so we can get out of here. I just don't understand. You muted, Doc. Hold on. Did you mute yourself? Okay, I got you now. Yeah.
No, is what I was doing. I was typing. There we go. And speaking of posts, I'm gonna pin this to the top. I had something good for you guys, and January the 5th, and I went and done this. Oh man, I put the wrong date. Let me get it off of that. I put the wrong date. It's actually January the 7th. You see what I put on there? It's January the 7th. And it's kind of cool. You don't have to, but I already done formulated this thing. And on Sunday, January the 7th, let me delete this other one because I put the wrong. Oh, okay, you can edit. I can edit, right? There we go, January the 7th. Now we're good. On January the 7th, downtown Houston, I created a group, part of the NCAA football championship game that weekend. That is in Houston, in case you guys didn't know or forgot. Sparing tickets on sale, starting at over $1,000 right now on the market. So be cautious how you buy them. If you decide to go do so, be very smart in purchasing those tickets. Don't want to get nobody burnt. But there's something unique. I've never done it in my life. I say, hell, it's only $35. And that is a walk, run, 5K walk, run, which is going to be downtown Houston on a Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, not too early. Should be all right. Ain't but 2 weeks from now, based on the weather. It could be either way. So I created a Chop Shop group that if you guys wanted to come and join us, we can go and walk, trot, run with us. 5K is only like 3 miles, from what I understand. You know, wouldn't take out no more than an hour of your time. It's coming, for the calls. Come, and so that's what I was doing, posting the link. I did it on the Facebook feed. I'm going to just hold tight to you guys in the Boom Boom Room on the YouTube feed, and the group is under the Chop Shop. And so now I just did it. I just posted it. Oops, I forgot to change the date on the YouTube. Is there a way to delete a post on the YouTube? Yeah. Once you post it, is it there? I know on the Facebook you can.
Man, I don't know.
You can. Yeah, I just posted again the 7th. So there you go. If you guys want to get in there with it, and join the Chop Shop and stretch your legs on that Sunday and morning that is. So other than that, see what shout out to Terrence Arsenault, University of Houston forward, who is undergoing surgery as we speak. He's out for the remainder of the season with the Cougars. That is definitely a hell of a blow because Arsenault was an integral piece of their schemes as he came off the bench in the reserve role. He was promising in that role. So what that does is it pretty much guarantees that Arsenault will be back as a Cougar next year. In their second year in the Big 12. Last night, there was a lot of high school basketball area action around the state, specifically around Greater Houston. A few kids reached career highs, and career high marks or season high marks, and produced some pretty good stat lines. We describe and give and touch on a lot of those young men in the VIP news of RCS Sports. You guys go to rcssports.com and you can check out the VIP news. It is flooded with info today. There's a young man from Jersey Village who set a school record, that is, in scoring. He breaks the record that was set from Marcus Hall, who actually came out in 2003, but set the record in 2002. That's over 20 years ago. This record has stood for the most points scored in a single boys basketball game. So shout out to that young man. There's another young man who flirted with a quadruple double last night. And I warn you guys to always be cautious when you see stat lines that has an even number of rebounds, an even number of assists or block shots. That's lotto luck rare that a person would end with that, would just say 20 blocks, 10 rebounds, along with their number. It would more so if you go back and peel back the layers, it would possibly be maybe 19 rebounds, maybe 11 assists, but 20, 10, as far as the secondary stats of rebounds and assists or blocks, is very rare. So this is what happened last night, and I tell you guys, and that's the whole thing. And people, when you catch them falsifying or shelling out bad dope, so to speak, first thing they would say is, "Oh man, I didn't really mean nothing by it." Yes, you did. You meant it when you typed it. And a person could easily go. A person could easily go and could have put the facts out there, the truth out there. But or could say it about or approximately. And in this case, there's a grown man who had on several occasions posted negative connotations about this particular young man. Then all of a sudden you go see him play last night and he shows up and produces his best stat line of the season. Then all of a sudden now you put a post, a tweet, a message out, oh, I have to apologize to him. You know, he should make the McDonald's game now. No, well, let me tell you something. He probably ain't gonna make the McDonald's game because all of the negative posts that you put out of him early all year long gave reasons why one of your players should make the McDonald's game over him. So they took your word. Okay. So when he don't make the McDonald's game, it's your fault. How about that? Because you put all the other stuff and you made a case why somebody else should have made it when you didn't. And you made a case, basically indirectly made a case why this young man should not make it. So let that be a lesson learned. And also, people, be careful who you get your intel from. Be careful who you get your intel from. And because I actually asked the coach, because I see this one gentleman put out 10 block shots. Well, I look on the school's Twitter page, it says 8 block shots. Doug Jones reports 8 block shots and credit the Twitter account. So I asked the head coach, how many rebounds or what was his stat line? And the head coach says, well, I think it was 10 block shots. So I immediately asked him, well, your basketball account says 8 block shots. Where did you get 10 from? Which is right? He said, oh, responded, you're right. It's 8 block shots is correct. That's from the huddle. Well, how did you get 10? Y'all ready for this? Brace yourself for this. Coach says, the guy who made the tweet told him it was 10. Told him it was 10 blocks. So that means he took this guy's word, the same guy who has talked, is basically just belittled and devalued your star player all season long, and you take his word. Then I go and I deal it a little deeper. Well, that guy is there because he wants your 11th grade player, your star in making for next year to play for his summer team. So that's where the communication is. So now you can see the grooming. Be cautious of who you get this intel, your intel from. Y'all know some people who fabricate. And if you've ever seen this guy watching a basketball game, most of the game the gym that he's in, he's on the baseline talking to somebody. So how in the hell are you keeping stats? Where the hell did your stats come from? You're basically holding court in the court, wherever you are. But you're going to take it and run with his numbers when you know he didn't have the capacity to accurately keep those stats during the game that you had. This is the world that we're living in right now. It's the world we're living in right now. You know? So I wanted to get that out there. That was one of the things. And of course, speaking of RCS Sports, we also have, just for you guys, who if you didn't get your copy of the magazine, if you haven't done so, guess what? I have on the front of RCS Sports, I have the online version of the magazine is now available. So you can get your online copy of the magazine right on your cell phone everywhere you go. You can have, that means it gives you access to all of the district schedules. It gives you access to the college schedules, home schedules. It gives you access to the college section, gives you access to the player rankings, to the district previews, to all those good articles as well in the magazine. You go to the front of RCS Sports and order your online copy. That way you are arming yourself with the necessary intel to be able to effectively understand and galvanize through the area's basketball scene. Also, speaking of high school basketball, now, of course, you go on the front of rcsports.com and you can order your copy. You'll see the thing. It says order the magazine online, and just click on there, follow the prompts, y'all, and you go and your copy, it'll be in the mail shortly. Or if you still want to order a hard copy, you can do so as well, that particular amount as well. You go and you hit order copies here, and we'll get a hard copy in the mail. Last night, speaking of on RCS Sports, last night I went out and watched a game from this young man that if you on the front, I have what I call Greater Houston's 40 Club, right? And in this 40 Club, there's a young man that's name is on there 3 times. I mean, 3 previous games, he scored over 40 points, and his team had won all 3 of those. But I knew those opponents were Sam Houston High School, Wisdom High School, and Houston Austin High School. I knew that. I knew, hadn't seen neither one of those teams play, but based on the intel that I have, I don't know what they have, but I know what type of players they don't have in those lineups. So I say, well, he's scoring that in wins. And then I looked at the key thing was, how tall is he? He's about 6'3". I said, well, that's enough size, and he's in 11th grade, to make me go check this young fella out. I'm going to check him out. And so I marked my calendar, and my calendar was December the 19th to go check this young fella out. I went and I checked him out, and because Bel Air has Sheldon Henderson, 2 11th graders that are currently, that when in the magazine came out, both of these young 11th graders were ranked in the top 20 in the area, right? Sheldon Henderson, who's 6'5", he's ranked number 3, and Anthony L.J. Andrews was ranked number 19, right? He's about 6'6". So I figured, so this is a game that you watch. That means if this young man drops 40 on their heads, 35 on their heads, then guess what? Now we're on to something. It's time to light the candle. If he don't, it don't mean the end of the world. It don't mean he's not a prospect. It just means that that scoring against those future intramural kids didn't necessarily translate over to you putting it up against a Division I prospect, because both of those guys are D1 prospects. One is a high major prospect and one is a low to mid prospect. So I go to the game, and bottom line, I describe in the VIP news what happened during the game, but I just give you the end result. This young fella, he finished with 13 points. He also got hurt, which is unfortunate, in the midway through the fourth quarter. Took a spill and injured his wrist. Could be out for an extended amount of time, possibly the entire season. I'll get more on that in the next day or so. But he only had 13, and the team lost. Understand, this final score is 70-38. So remember my rule of thumb, guys. So when you guys come running to me about people who's scoring a lot of points, and you guys understand when I don't jump when you guys want me to, because I've been doing this stuff a long time. And I got to wait and I got to see. I don't come to the games you want me to come to. I come to the games when it comes to seeing a kid get out. I come to a game that I need to see him play against another prospect. That way we can see if that iron going to sharpen that iron. We can see what happens in that particular matchup. Then also it ain't wasting my time. And so when I think like this, how did I get this method of thinking? I got it from college coaches along the way. A college coach eventually wants to see a player against a like recruit, a like talented recruit. That's why it's so easy for them to flock to the EYBLs of the world and the Under Armour circuit, the main one, or the Adidas, the 3SSB, the main circuit, not the secondary circuits. It's easy for them to flock to those because now in the games they watch, if they see you and they see the talent, I need to see him again. That's what they mean. A lot of times they say, I need to see him again. A lot of times they want to see him against a like prospect. And often you guys, sometimes you're misled, and you'll be amazed at the conversations I get in the barbershops with the guys. Hey man, have you seen this kid? You know, man, he's lighting it up over there. I say, I get to see him sooner or later because it's levels. Like some kids can't help who they play against in their high school season. They have no control over that, have little control over that based on your talent. Then when you get to the grassroots season, those are a combination of all-stars from various high school teams. Pretty much the top 8 on every grassroots team that's on the 17 and under circuit led their varsity in something. Right? So, Kobe out there. Kobe must be the mailman. And so, when you get these all-stars together, you know, and in summer grassroots basketball, they use the term elite. So-and-so elite. Everybody, instead of saying the all-stars, like in baseball, they used to say the word all-stars back in the days. That represented letting you know these were the all-stars. Now it's elite or select. I'm sorry. That's the 2 words they use, Heather. Elite or select when it goes with this terminology. Right? And so when these guys get together, it's easy. Sometimes it's easy to tell. Once you put several all-stars together, sometimes it's easy to tell who's the cream, who rises to the top, and who floats to the bottom. Over a period of time, you're paying attention, you could tell. Just because your kid is there's a red ant in every ant bed. Just because he's the best at your school or in your district, sometimes that does not translate over to mean he's as viable as the best in the city. Sometimes. I'm not saying most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't. It's iffy. It could be. That could be a 1A kid that could be the best in the city. It's not out of the question. But it doesn't, but the opponents that he's scoring this money against or getting these rebounds or these blocked shots against is not necessarily going to be compatible to the level of talent. So that means people will have to wait to the grassroots season for him to show and prove. And often Some kids help themselves in the summer, some kids don't. I want you guys to get and understand that. And that's what a lot, because a lot of people feel like they don't understand when it comes to this stuff. And if you're paying enough attention, if you're watching closely, if you're asking the right questions, if you are doing your homework properly, you will have some degree of understanding of this stuff. Right? So, and many of you guys will be making decisions on where your son or daughter will be playing grassroots basketball this summer. What are you using in your decision-making process? Those are good questions. What are you using in your decision-making process? Because everybody, if you can acknowledge, and you've been, I know somebody done told you before you even turned the Chop Shop on, that a lot of guys out here are just selling snake oil. If you know that possibly could be true, then how do you know the next person that come to you with a pitch isn't a snake oil salesman? What mechanisms, what questions are you asking to verify or validate what they're telling you? Here's what they're going to tell you. Everybody's going to come around you with just what they think. They've done their homework. They are making sales pitches every day of the week. You may not be getting those sales pitches applied to you. If you're lucky enough, if you're fortunate enough and your kid is talented enough, you would be lucky to get maybe 6 of those solicitations towards you for your kids' services. And they are seasoned at what they do. Then you're gonna pick one. Then you're gonna take your kid around them, and your kid gonna see some of the kids that he kind of like. Then your kid, if he has that type of influence on you, that could possibly sway your decision. Mom, I like them. I like it over there. But if you hadn't checked the books out and find out how they roll, if they're using Peter to pay Paul, if you haven't done the homework to call a parent who's been in that program a year, find out their experience. Do they validate? Do they recommend this program? Where did they stay at? How did your kids eat on the road? You guys would be surprised at how some of these kids do and don't properly when they're on these road trips. You'd be surprised. Then some of y'all won't be surprised. Some of y'all just don't care. It's daddy daycare. That's what it is to some of you. But then you feed into this frenzy of not being an informed consumer. We helped you become an informed consumer in navigating through this stuff. And when some of the questions that we give you to provide to them, they'll know you've been watching the Chop Shop. It didn't happen before. Parents can ask questions and guys will know. Where you get that from? Who told you to ask that question? Why are you asking me that? You don't believe me? You don't trust me? You should say, hell no, I don't. No, I don't. I don't even know you, man. You didn't know me until you saw my son play basketball, or my daughter play basketball. So what the hell are we talking? Why are we playing with each other? Ask these coaches, how are they getting there? What all detail to you what your fees are covering. You want it an email to them. That way you have it in writing. They have to respond back to you in email or text message. You want them to detail if your fees, whatever your fees are per month, you need to know what all it covers. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's your money. It's your hard-earned money. Because otherwise, they're going to come back and hit your ass later on in the summer when your kid is already locked in. And they're going to say, hey, look, we're going on this other trip. These trips, we flying on these trips, it's gonna cost this. Hold on. You told me the fees covered everything. Well, yeah, well, it was everything that go on the trip and the workout fees and the this and that fee. Find out, ask your questions, email or text the coach. That way you're not confused. That way you got it in writing. Talk and do your homework, kick the tires, ask other parents. Again, go and fact check, go and do a reference check on the program or on the coach. Trust me, we've told you this last year. If you need the phone number of a parent of they played for a program, you contact me and I will get you the number to the parent. Well, I will give your number to that parent. This is how that works. You right? Once again, if you are willing to do a reference on a coach, I will get, and there's a certain parent or you any parent at random, you send me the message and I will get with your cell phone number, I will get that number and deliver it to one of the parents and they will call you. And then y'all take it from there. A more informed society. That's what it can become. Right? Big coach said he's seen players get traded. Now they're not trading no players. Big coach, that's not factual what you're putting up there. I'm assuming that's your opinion. They're not making trades like that. If a kid wanted to play on a Nike and wear a Nike product and they live in Greater Houston, they have two primary options. Primary, that's JL3 and the Houston Hoops. If they stop playing or feel dissatisfied with one, then they still want to wear that product, they're likely to run to the other. That's why it's not a trade. It's just that, talent goes across the street. So it is definitely time. I see the last comment, Coach Arnett, Mr. Arnett says, I always taught that's never a bad question if you don't ask. They won't tell. Way to go. Apply it. But we got to get ready to slide on down. Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing. And
we'll see you tomorrow.
And we'll be right back at it tomorrow. I'm looking at some of these comments, and you guys make sure you share the show if you haven't done so. Share the show on your way out the door. And of course,
we got
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.